Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute since I last uploaded. Well, it hadn't been that long, but I figured since it's Saturday, I'm off work, I'm chilling, washing clothes. I don't know if you can hear the washer in the background, but figured I would come on and do a video about if you're thinking about quitting your job. Of course, this is a disclaimer. By no means am I saying go out and quit your job tomorrow. Please don't do that unless you have a plan. Like even myself, when I decided to leave my job before, back in October, I had a plan in motion. I saved this, that, and the third. So I'm gonna just give you the rundown of what I did, and it may be of use to you, it may not, or you know, I can put some websites, some good tips and tricks that I did that kind of help motivate me to kind of make that jump and that leap. So first and foremost, back in October of 2016, I decided to leave the current position that I was in. Only reason why is I'm gonna just keep it authentic and organic, 100 with you. I hated it with a passion, and for my mental health and my sanity, I had to leave. Like I couldn't stay there. I just couldn't. So what I did, I would probably have to say like months or weeks leading up to me putting in my 2-week notice, I was looking at websites like monster.com for job postings, career builder was a really good website, and then the best website that I came across during my job search was themuse.com. Themuse.com, oh my gosh, I would probably have to say was probably the best website when it in terms of, you know, picking out a career, looking for job postings. Only reason because it had news articles, a whole ton of job postings across the world, and it was interactive in terms of people from themuse.com, the corporation, actually getting on the website, posting their own articles, their own stories. And then also I checked out motivational and job market books at at barnesandnoble.com. Listen, the biggest tip I could probably give in terms of if you're looking to quit your job, definitely do your research. Find out, because I mean, I'm only 24. I'm still learning myself, learning what I like, learning what I don't like, and a part of the journey is figuring out, you know, what I like really, and who am I. So actually sitting down, watching TED Talk videos. I'm gonna definitely put a link to a couple TED Talk videos that I watched or that I'm going to watch. I haven't got a chance to yet, but got amazing reviews. I'm gonna definitely put the links down, because I feel like if somebody's watching this video that's thinking about quitting their job, that may be the push they need to actually get out and do something. Because a lot of people don't realize when you're working full-time, you spend 40-hour work weeks at a job. You're gonna deal with people you may not like, you're gonna deal with parts of the job you may not like, which is normal. But I feel like there should be, because I mean, life is too short to be working at a job that you physically hate. Like it mentally drains you. Like it gets you to a point where you're just like, yo, I don't even want to get out of bed at this point. And that's where I was, and I'm pretty sure somebody watching this video, that's probably where they are. So I hope making this video inspires somebody to take that leap of faith, because I mean, when you limit yourself, that's when you feel like, that's when you're kind of stuck in the hole. Don't ever limit yourself at all. You're not stuck in one job. There's always something to learn. There's always room to grow. There's always room for improvement. And it's this big old world out here for you to explore. Why be stuck at a job you hate when you can go out and explore and see what you like, what you don't like, meet amazing people, build new relationships. You don't have to be stuck at a job that you don't want. A lot of time, and I'm gonna keep it a gram, a lot of people feel like I have to do this job because financially, like, yo, I ain't got no other option. And I feel it, I get it completely. So what I did, luckily my employer, and of course by no means this is just what I did. I don't recommend doing it for everybody if, you know, if it doesn't fit your situation. Me, I'm 24, I'm single, I don't have any, you know, I don't have any kids, and I didn't have a dependent where I needed to take care of, where I was a sole provider, which is, you know, a blessing within itself. But I, you know, of course I had a support system like my mom, my dad, my sister, like I had, like, and of course my friends, I had a support system where they knew what was going on. The one thing I did leading up to me searching for jobs, I had a whole lot of vacation saved up. So I took like 2 weeks off of work, of vacation. And I know it's gonna sound crazy. And I just applied to jobs all day. And a lot of people will tell you, when you're looking for a job, that's a job within itself. Like, you're spending hours on hours formulating emails, formulating your resume to kind of mesh with the job posted, emailing back and forth with HR correspondents, not hearing back sometimes, and it gets a little frustrating. And the one thing I did, I took 2 weeks off, and then once I got to a point where it's kind of like, yo, I can't get, you know, I can't get the result that I want just sitting at the house behind a computer just applying to jobs. I'm gonna have to actually go out, network, and actually get, you know, get in the mix. So, and of course, once again, this is just a disclaimer. I do not recommend anybody doing this if you have kids, if you have a financial situation that does not permit you to do this. What I did is at that time I depleted my 401k. Meaning, when I mean depleted, I mean I took my 401k and I lived off of it for 3 months until I found another job. So I still, like, I had already been saving because I knew it was coming. I just didn't know when I was gonna reach that boiling point, or when I was just gonna reach that point. I'm just like, yo, I remember it so vividly because it was just like me walking out of work. I scanned my badge. I'm just like, yo, this is probably gonna be the last. And it was a Saturday too, because I was what they call a weekend warrior, and I worked every Saturday without fail. And I mean, it added extra money to your check, which is cool, but was it worth my sanity? That was a question I kept having to ask myself. Or was it worth my mental health? And a lot of people don't realize, and a lot of people, you know, won't address it. When you're working at a job you hate, it tears your mental health down completely. And you get some people that are just like, oh, it's a part of the job market. You millennials, you just, you know, and I've gotten that before, like, oh, you're a millennial, you know, you guys want stuff handed to you. Like, no, let's look at the facts. Okay, so I'm a college graduate. I graduated from Georgia State University. My tuition alone for 4 years racked up to, let's say, $48,000. And that's just tuition, not even including loans. So, and then I'm in grad school now, so total I'm about 85 G's in debt. So you tell me to get good grades, try my best to be a well-rounded individual, get involved in my community, go to college, meet new people, network, do all that, get a degree, to work at a job I hate just to provide for my family, or just to, you know, call myself like a citizen of society. To me, that's backwards. And it's kind of just like, yo, like, and nowadays we have the option and the power to actually go to work to a job that we love doing. We enjoy getting up in the morning and actually going to work, or going to the office, or even if it's a home office, if you work at home, actually enjoy doing that. And I feel like the older generation, they kind of didn't have that option. And I mean, you know, it comes with the territory. Now you can make money just doing what I'm doing on YouTube now. On social media, you can actually be a like a socialite on social media and get paid. Not saying, you know, that's for everybody, but that's where we are in today's society. So I feel like us going to school, and granted, I would recommend everybody going to college. It is the most amazing 4 years I've ever had in my life. amazing experience. I met a lot of cool people, built a lot of amazing relationships, joined organizations that will last a lifetime. Like it was an amazing experience. But it gets a little disheartening when you come into the job market and there aren't a lot of jobs available for college graduates. Because I can honestly say, when I was applying to jobs, me being a college graduate kind of tipped the scale a little bit, because it was kind of just like, and it wasn't in my favor, because it was kind of just like I was overqualified for almost a lot of jobs. Because in reality, when you're applying to jobs and you have a college degree, a lot of employers are going to look at you like, okay, in due time, I'm not going to be able to pay you what you're actually worth. So why waste the time, why waste the resources, and why waste your time of giving you this job when I know you're not going to stay long? Which I get it, but the grind in me is just like, yo, just give me the job. You know I can do it. Just hand it here. Like, it's like, well, why you playing? Like, seriously. And that's what it was. So back to, I kind of got off topic. I'm rambling. So I promise this will have a premise. I promise it will. But what I did, once I took my 2 weeks off and was applying to jobs and decided, hey, I gotta actually move and get out and network and do what I gotta do, I depleted my 401k and I lived off of that for 3 months. I had already been saving and stacking money already, because I knew that day was coming where I was gonna walk out of that building and just like, I can't do this no more, and I'm not going to. My mental health is more important than any paycheck y'all can give me. I depleted my 401k. It popped up in my account probably 3 or 4 days later, and I actually like breathed a breath of relief and was just like, oh my gosh, now I can actually try to figure out what it is I want to do and actually explore opportunities without having to reach over my shoulder like, man, I gotta pay rent, I gotta go here, I gotta do it. Like, I can actually take the time and do that and kind of reconnect with who I am. Because the reality of it is, when you work at a job you hate, you kind of get lost, or you kind of lose yourself, because you're so wound up in your mental, like, yo, I hate this job, I want to quit. You forget about, you know, your mental health sometimes. And I know me, I forgot to eat sometimes because I was so depressed. Like, I really hated this job, like I did. And it was to a point where it was kind of just like, okay, I have to make a decision about what it is that I want. Does the paycheck matter more, or does my mental health matter more? Do I want to work to live, or do I want to live to work? That kind of thing, if you get what I'm saying. And I was just like, yo, like, my mental health is more. And especially in our 20s, and I don't know the age or the demographic who's going to be watching this video. There's going to come, especially, you know, I probably give this towards like the college graduates or anybody who's looking to apply for a job. There's going to come a time, or there will be instances that you're going to be like, yo, I don't know if I could do this, or why am I even doing this? You're going to get discouraged. It's natural. It happens to the best of us. Only the one thing I can say though is, don't give up, and don't forget, you know, life is a journey, and life is too short for you to be anything less than unhappy. And that's where I was with it. And I can honestly say now I'm in a way better space. I'm happier. I mean, of course, every job has a little bit of a stress level, but now it's kind of just like, yo, like, I'm way less stressed than when I was working for my old job. I'm just like, I'm way less stressed. Like, creatively, I feel like I'm a little bit more creative now, and that's what kind of prompted me to get back on my YouTube channel, because I had the equipment, I had the equipment, had the camera, but I didn't have the motivation to actually pick up the camera when I was going through it. And maybe this can act as an outlet or be therapeutic for somebody, if not myself, because the main reason I started the YouTube channel was to kind of become, like, for it to be therapeutic, for me to look back at myself and be like, yo, I actually did this, I was going through this, and here's how I overcame it. And I feel like my story, my journey, and the things I've gone through will probably help somebody else. And some people may, you know, watch this video and be like, yo, what is she talking about? But to sum it up, if you're thinking about quitting your job, just to kind of break it down in like bullet points, get a plan in order, meaning you need to start saving money. Because reality of it is, I would not recommend anybody just walking in their job saying, hey, I quit, and it's the 15th of the month and you got rent due on the 1st. I wouldn't recommend doing any of that. 2 weeks is not enough time for you to find an actual solid job. And if you do find a solid job, you're going to be so immersed on just trying to make it to the next month just so you can breathe that you're not really going to know if you like it or not. Because, I mean, let's be real. Your first 2 weeks on the job, it's all fairy tale. Like, it's all smoke and mirrors. When you get 2 months in, you're going to be like, what? Why haven't they told me this? Like, they did not tell me this at orientation. That's the reality of it. So, I say, first thing you need to do, definitely save money. Second, start looking on job websites. Like themuse.com was a really good one. Monster.com was a really awesome one. Indeed.com was a really good one as well. And also make sure you have a very active and valid email address when you're doing these job postings, because a lot of HR personnel, they send you emails having you attach your resume, cover letter, and of course most modern companies have uploadable resume and applications. You can just upload your resume and everything on their company website, which is awesome. It saves you time, less effort, and makes it so much easier. And make sure you definitely have a support system or a soundboard. For me, when I was going through, you know, transitioning from jobs, my soundboard was my mom. She knew she knew that I hated my job, and I could vent to her without judgment. I could, you know, just say what I felt, and she understood it. Because, I mean, that's my mom. She knows. She gave birth to me. She knows me. So definitely get a soundboard. And then most importantly, don't be afraid of feeling like a failure. Because I feel like some people who probably watch this video will probably think, well, I don't want to quit my job because I don't know what other people are going to think. You know, whether it be family, friends. I don't want people, you know, thinking I just up and quit on anything that gets hard. You can't, when it comes to your mental health and your happiness, you can't worry about what anybody else thinks. That's just keeping it 100. You can't allow other people's opinions to dictate whether you decide to follow a path or not. Like, when I decided to up and quit my job, I wasn't worried about what my parents are going to think, my friends, because the reality of it is, they loved me enough and they supported me enough to where whatever made me happy, that's what they supported. So even if it meant me just up and leaving, of course they were gonna ask questions. Like my mom, she was notorious, and she still is. Okay, like even now, even in my last video, you know, I mentioned I definitely, like, I'm thinking about, like, I really want to move to LA. Her first thought is like, okay, when do you want to leave? She didn't deter me from the idea. She was just like, okay, when do you want to leave? Do you have a plan in order? How much is your rent going to cost? Like, asking questions that, you know, of course I needed to know the answer to, because if I'm serious about moving, she wants to know I'm okay. And that, you know, definitely she just wants to make sure I'm safe, like I'm not needing for anything. And that was the blessing. Of course my dad was the same way. You know, when do you want to go? And like, what's the plan? Because we just want to make sure you're happy. And that was the blessing. And they were such a blessing. And of course my friends, they were just like, well, just let us know. We'll definitely come out there, help you get you situated, come out there to visit. Like, everybody is excited. But so definitely get a soundboard, because you're definitely going to need it, especially when you have those moments where it's kind of just like, I need to vent now. And then I have a Tumblr too. So Tumblr, oh my gosh, it's lit on Tumblr. I can just say whatever, and my followers feel, they get it, they feel me. And I got like over 1,500 and some odd followers, so they get it. And I could just vent without judgment. They, you know, like, pictures to say exactly how I feel, like that, like, get it. So I wouldn't go as far to say like post you hate your job on like Facebook, Snapchat, or anything like that, of course visibly where people that you know could see it. But definitely get a soundboard, make sure you save, have an active plan, and you know, don't be afraid to sift through your mental and figure out what it is you want. Because I mean, there's like I've mentioned at least 2 times in this video, you can't put a price, and nothing should be more important than your mental health, because life is way too short for you to be anything less than happy. So if you like these types of videos, I know it was kind of like a rant low-key, but I figured I'd hop on camera. I felt the urge to hop on camera and just talk about, you know, what I did, you know, what website and what tools that I used when I was in the job market. So if you like videos like this, definitely thumbs up, drop comments below about what you guys may have did, what video, you know, what tips and tricks you could offer for somebody else, or you know, what next video I should do to, you know, or what, you know, questions you may have about the journey, how I did certain things. Definitely. So I will talk to you guys next time. Peace. Hey guys, welcome to my channel.